So I recently went through on stream and 100% Majora's Mask. I got all the heart pieces, all the stray fairies, and yes, even all the masks. But that got me wondering, which masks are my favorite? Some of them are pretty useful while others do just about nothing. So today I decided to take a look at each of them and rank them from worst to best. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Up first, we have the Circus Leader's Mask. This is my least favorite mask in this game. This mask is pretty useless, and the most helpful thing it does is helps keep the Gorman brothers away from the milk bottles that you help Crimea escort to Clocktown. But the thing is, to get this mask, you need the mask you get from helping Crimea, so by the time you get this one, you won't need it. Unless for some reason you want to do that quest again. Another thing it does that's kind of funny is that it makes the Gorman brothers' facial expressions change. That's kind of funny. Also, the tears coming from this mask are nice, but that's really about it. Our next mask is the Mask of Scent, and this thing is just hideous. I mean, look at it. Who designed this thing? You get this mask from racing the Deku Butler after beating the Woodfall Temple, and this is another instance of a mask being pretty much useless. It can be used to find mushrooms that you can give to Komei in the potion shop and she'll make you a blue potion, but I never really used potions in this game, so I never really used this mask. I do like how Link's stance has changed though when he's wearing the mask. That's a nice touch, but overall just another pretty useless mask and also quite ugly. Next we have Kafei's Mask. You get this mask at the start of a long quest to reunite Anju and Kafei from Kafei's mom. This mask is actually kinda creepy. It's pretty much Kafei's face with dark, soulless eyes. Again, there isn't much to do with this mask other than starting the Anju and Kafei side quest, as well as some dialogue from the NPCs. But at least this one looks cool, unlike the previous two masks. The next mask we have is another one related to the Anju and Kafei side quest, however this time we get it right at the end of the quest. This mask looks pretty cool, but I gotta admit I was a bit disappointed that this was all we got for completing the best and longest side quest in this game. This is the first mask though to get us a heart piece. Take it to the mayor's office and it'll stop the guards and everybody from arguing. The mayor will thank you and give you a heart piece, so it's not completely useless, but it's still not the greatest. Next up, we have the Kamaro Mask. This mask is actually pretty cool, although the design itself is pretty creepy. It looks like it's stitched to your head, which is a little weird. To get this mask, you need to go talk to the naked dancing man near Snowhead. Play the Song of Healing for him and he'll give you the mask so you can share his dance with the world. Again, this mask doesn't do much, but at least it lets you dance, which is pretty cool. You can also take this to the two dancing ladies in West Clocktown and dance with them. This will cause them to fall in love with you and give you a heart piece. Worth it. Next we have the Mask of Truth. This mask just looks really cool, and it resembles a gossip stone, which is pretty neat. Other than that, it isn't used for much. The best thing you could do with this mask is take it to the dog racetrack and listen to what the dogs are thinking. Some of them are pretty funny. Like, I think there's one that's like, I might win, or maybe not. And then there's another that says he's there for his wife and kids who are watching. This helps you determine who will win, which will earn you a heart piece. Our next mask is the All Night Mask. This is another creepy mask, but it's also kind of cool looking, except for its icon. It looks nothing like that. This mask is only used so you're able to stay up all night and listen to Lady and Stockpot Inn's story. The only reason this is above the rest is because not only is it cool looking, but instead of one heart piece, you get two here. So that's pretty cool. Also, how many of you all knew about the tiger on the back of the lady's wheelchair? I sure didn't until chat showed me. Our next mask is the Keaton Mask, or as I like to call it, the Pikachu Mask. I mean, come on, look at this. Doesn't it look just like a Pikachu? This is one of the first masks in the game you'll see. As soon as you enter Clocktown for the first time, Kafei is wearing it as he's walking towards the mailbox. You get this mask during the Anju and Kafei side quest near the end. This mask, like a lot of masks, doesn't do much. If you go to the moving grass while wearing it, a Keaton will pop out and quiz you. If you guess a few of the questions right, you get a piece of heart. But that's about it. At least it looks cool. Next we have the Postman's Hat. I like how this one isn't even a mask, it's just a hat. But honestly, this mask is pretty cool if you like cosplaying a mailman. To get this hat, you have to give Kafei's letter to his mom to the postman. He'll deliver it right before the moon crashes, and in return, he will give you this hat. With his hat, you can go to any mailbox and claim a piece of heart. Afterwards, it'll give you a green rupee. Honestly, I wish they would have given you a random rupee each time. That would have made this mask more useful, but I do like wearing this mask. It makes me feel like the postman for once. Next we have the Garo's Mask. This is probably my favorite mask design-wise, or at least it was until they changed it in the 3DS remake. I definitely preferred the original design, it just looked way creepier, and now it's just kinda goofy looking. This mask isn't too useful other than helping you reach Iconic Canyon. Also, if you wear this mask here, you have the chance of running into the Garo guys themselves, and they'll fight you. But it's pretty easy to beat them, and they kind of tell you about the area once defeated, but then they blow themselves up. Yeah, these guys are kind of weird. Overall though, a great looking mask, even though it isn't that useful. Our next mask is the Gibdo mask. This mask is pretty much a mummy mask, which I think is actually pretty cool looking. You get this mask by healing the dad in the music box house. He's become a Gibdo, and to heal him you have to use the Song of Healing. This mask is actually pretty useful, and you'll definitely need it to complete the game. You use it to talk to the Gibdos at the bottom of the well. They'll tell you what they need in order for you to progress. This whole section is a bit annoying and tedious, but I can definitely see that it makes the mask useful. Overall though, it's just a pretty solid mask. Next we have the Captain's Mask. We get this mask from defeating the Stalfos captain in the graveyard. This mask is really cool looking. It's up there in my favorite designs. Link just looks so creepy with it on, especially the glowing red eyes. This mask allows us to essentially become the captain of the Stalfos, and with it we can use it to talk to the Stalfos guarding the nearby graves. We can tell them to open the graves, giving us access. There's actually some pretty useful stuff below these graves, like the Song of Storms, a bottle, and a heart piece. Although getting the bottle sucks, because Dampé does not want to follow you. So not only is the mask cool looking, it's also pretty useful as well. Next up is the Romani mask. We get this mask from helping Crimea get the clock tower that we kind of mentioned earlier. This mask looks like you cut a cow's head off and are wearing it as a hat. It's kind of funny looking. This mask also helps you get into the milk bar, which you can only access with this mask. There are a couple things here you can get, like the bottle from Cafe's mom and the heart piece after playing music on stage. Not only that, you can buy Chateau Romani here, which gives you unlimited magic. It's super useful. So overall, pretty useful and pretty cool looking, so I'd say it's a pretty good mask. Our next mask is the Bremen's mask, and this one may just be me, but I love this mask. Not only is this mask cool looking, but what you do with it is incredible. You play your ocarina and march while all the baby chicks will follow you around. Once you round them all up, they slowly grow into adult chickens. This is honestly one of my favorite parts in this game. I just love watching the chicks gather behind me in a single file line. And plus, when you finish it, you also get a heart piece from the old guy. So there's just wins all around. Also, we can't forget about the great marching music that plays in the background. It's perfect. Our next mask is the Don Garros mask. This mask is obtained by feeding the Goron and Snowhead. Once you get this mask, you can do a somewhat long side quest to hunt down all the frogs. There are 4 you need to collect and a few are in dungeons. It's actually a pretty fun side quest and I enjoyed searching for the frogs. Plus you get a heart piece at the end. As for the mask design, it's not bad. It's pretty much just a frog sitting on your head. Next up, we have the Blast Mask. This is probably one of the first masks you'll get in this game. I actually think you can get it before turning back into Link for the first time. You have to go to North Clocktown at midnight and stop the thief from stealing from the old lady. As thanks, she'll give you the mask. Also, you can actually just completely destroy the thief if you shoot the lady's bag. It's kind of funny, but I think it prevents you from getting the Blast Mask, so you might not want to do it on your first try. This mask is actually super useful, especially if you don't have bombs. It's pretty much an alternative. You see a bombable location and you don't have bombs, use this mask. It can really come in clutch at some points. Plus, the design is pretty cool too. It almost reminds me of something out of Wind Waker. So overall, just a pretty great mask. Next we have the Fairy's Mask, and I'm going to say it straight away, this mask is hideous and terrifying. But with that being said, it is one of the most useful masks in this game. Throughout the game's dungeons, there are several stray fairies for you to collect. If you collect them all, you get cool stuff like double magic, a defense upgrade, and the Great Fairy Sword, which is the strongest sword in the game. Unfortunately, it's set to the C button, so you can't just equip it normally. But it's still cool to have. Where this mask comes in handy is you'll wear it while in the dungeons and a stray fairy will come to you if you're wearing it. And not only that, it also sparkles if there's a fairy in the room with you. I found myself using this mask a lot in these dungeons and probably more than most of the rest. Next we have the Giant's Mask. Now a lot of people probably won't agree with me on this, but I thought this mask was really cool. The only problem is it's only used in one place, and that's the Twin Mold boss fight. You get this mask in the Stone Tower Temple right before the boss, and this mask has Link growing giant and being on equal sizes with Twin Mold. Honestly, it's pretty cool seeing the normally massive arena become quite tiny, plus the mask itself looks pretty cool. But while I will admit I do wish it was used more, I still really like this mask. Our next mask is the Stone Mask, and this is one of the few masks that I think is nearly perfect in every way. First of all, I really like the way it looks. It's kind of goofy, but I really like it. It's just a stone with a face. Not only that, it's also super useful. If you wear it, no one can see you. It's super helpful getting through the Pirate's Fortress especially. None of the pirates will see you, so they can't throw you out. Overall, it's just a top tier mask and one of my favorites. Next up, we have the Bunny Hood. This is my favorite mask in this game that isn't a transformation mask. The Bunny Hood gives Link quicker walking speed, which makes getting to places a lot faster. To show how great this mask was, it's even in Smash Bros as an item. Also, just look at this mask. It's adorable. Hands down, this is just my favorite mask for usefulness and for looks. Our top 4 are the transformation masks, my least favorite being the Zora's mask. Don't get me wrong though, this mask ain't bad, it's just not as great as the other ones. This mask has you turning into Zora Link, allowing you to swim faster. For the N64 water controls, they're actually pretty good, but they can still occasionally be annoying. You can also use your fins as boomerangs to stun enemies, but my favorite part about this mask has to be how it looks. I already love the Zoras, but seeing Link as one makes it even better. In third place, we have the Goron's mask. This transformation mask is really cool looking. I love seeing Link as a big, bulky Goron. The Goron mask also has a lot of neat tricks as well, like using his fists as weapons and his ability to do a ground slam. But the best part is being able to roll around everywhere. It's definitely the best way to get around. I just love rolling around Termina as Goron Link. The biggest downfall of this mask is using it around water. You definitely don't want to use it around water. It's a big weakness for this mask and pretty much insta-kills you if you fall into it. But other than that, it's another great mask. In second place, we have the Deku mask. I love this mask. This is the mask that you pretty much start your journey with, and it's one of the best. I love the way it looks, which makes sense because Deku scrubs are my favorite Zelda race. I also love all the neat abilities you have as Deku Link. You can spin around, which allows you to move quicker and hurt enemies. You can also jump across the water by bouncing, and you can blow bubbles using your magic. Honestly, what's not to love about this mask? It's almost perfect in every way. And my favorite mask getting the first place spot is, you guessed it, the Fierce Deity mask. This mask is just awesome, and I know some will complain about it only being usable in boss fights, and you don't get it till the end of the game, but honestly, I'm okay with that. It's so fun going back and destroying old bosses. Heck, you're nearly as tall as a Dolwa with this mask. This mask absolutely crushes the bosses too. It took me like 4 hits to beat a Dolwa. But the best part about this mask has to be the way it looks. It's so cool looking, and you also get a cool looking sword as an added bonus. I also like that they used Ocarina of Time Adult Link's voice as well for it. That's a nice touch. This mask is just so good that I had to put it in first place. And there you have every mask in Majora's Mask ranked. Do you agree with this list? Let me know your favorite masks in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Also, feel free to come and check out the streams as well. I stream almost every day at 11:30 p.m. EST or 8:30 p.m. PST. But that'll do it for me, and until next time, thanks for watching.